90% of game developers never finish a single game just because of wrong belief about learning, let alone their dream game. I'm not a ex-Rockstar dev, but I've spent years learning the wrong way, and I'll show you what makes you finally finish your first game. I remember when I first started game development, I'd have tutorials, like watching tutorials and following along, and have that as my main learning resource, and I wouldn't like build things myself. And this is the problem, because I remember when I watched these tutorials, like I wasn't conscious of this like back then, but now I am, that when I watched them, like it felt very productive and it felt like I was learning a lot of new things. I could follow along just fine. But you can probably relate to this feeling that when you go into the game engine and you try to implement the thing that you did in the tutorial, and your mind is just completely blank. You can't do a single thing. And that's the wrong belief about learning I'm talking about, because you're watching tutorials and you're expecting to learn. 99% of game developers are using tutorials completely wrong and just end up wasting your time. Tutorials can't be your main learning resource because they don't teach you game development. The only thing that tutorial teaches you is recognition. It doesn't teach you understanding, which are two completely different things. Whilst when you are recognizing something in the tutorial, it feels like you are understanding it, but you aren't actually understanding it in a way that you can actually apply it in a real world project, which is the entire point of watching a tutorial. So instead we need to learn by actually building instead of just watching, because that's how we build real understanding and not just this recognition. And that's not to say that we should never watch tutorials. We should watch tutorials for like concept overviews and like spend like maybe 10-20% of our time watching in the beginning. But as you get more advanced, then you can gradually decrease your tutorial time and you can increase your building time, because then you have like more knowledge to experiment with and actually learn things yourself with. So for example, when you're just starting out, I'm not saying that you should just build when you don't even know how to install the game engine. Like obviously then you need to watch a video about how to install the game engine and so on, and like how to do different things, where the different buttons are in the game engine. Because with things like that, just familiarizing yourself with the game engine, you just need recognition. You don't need to understand like how the game engine works. You only need to recognize where you do things. So for those things that aren't like logical and like you need to understand them very thoroughly, then tutorials just fine, especially in the beginning. But your main learning resource should always be to experiment, prototype, and make small games. Like especially in the beginning, you should experiment as much as possible, because that's the only way you're going to finish your dream game. So while we're at it, let me tell you more specifically how we're going to build to actually learn, because I could just tell you to like build and learn, but I'm going to tell you like specifically how you're going to do it the most efficient way and the way that's actually going to teach you the most. So the first thing is that you should have what we call a desirable difficulty. That's basically just something that's not too easy but also not too hard. So it's going to be something that's just above your skill level, like one step above. That's the sweet spot between like it not being too hard, so you just want to quit and you can't do anything, but also not being like too easy, so you're not going to learn anything. When you have a desirable difficulty, just one step above what you think you can do, then it's going to be the sweet spot for learning. When you haven't finished your first game yet, as I said, you should just build small experiments to learn. But then when you encounter problems, because obviously game development, you encounter a lot of problems. When you encounter problems, what you should do is not just watch a tutorial about the problem, but instead you're actually going to do it the old-fashioned way, and you're going to Google. And you're going to preferably use documentation, like official documentation, or like a Stack Overflow, Reddit discussion, whatever. And in these experiments, you're just going to focus on the things that you need in your dream game. So if your dream game is going to be like a third-person shooter, then don't make Sudoku. Make something that's relevant to your third-person shooter. After a few weeks of this system, with a desirable difficulty and you're making small experiments, Googling the solution, not just using tutorials, you'll have enough skill and knowledge to actually finish your first game. But that's something I tell you more specifically on how to do the right way inside of Smartini. And you can probably also note that I said first small game. I didn't say your first dream game or your dream game. And there is a reason for that, because I don't think that you should make your dream game as your first game. Because in your first game, you're going to make so many mistakes that you're going to learn from and you're able to apply in your future projects. So I don't want you to make your dream game as your first game and then just completely mess it up, and you aren't going to want to make it again because you already made it, so now it's boring. I wanted to make a small game, make all the mistakes in that small game first, maybe even a second, a third game, and then, like, depending on your difficulty of your dream game, after a few games, then you can start making your dream game, and you're going to have a lot of knowledge from the mistakes you made in your previous games. Then you can apply it to your dream game, and your dream game is going to be like seriously 100 times better than if it was your first game. Like, this can be mistakes you made in planning, in making scalable architecture, it can be in marketing, time management, like game performance, or like something personal like motivation, let's say. There's so many mistakes and like things that you encounter when you're making like a full game that you're going to learn from when you're just making games. So let's not destroy your dream game by making these mistakes in your dream game. Let's not do that. But just in general, if you finish your first game, then you're ahead of 99% of other game developers, because 99% they never release a single game, believe it or not. This is crazy. So if you actually just complete your first game without like cheating and using AI or cheating in some other way, then you'll be ahead of 99% of other game developers. Think about that. 99%, you're in the top 1%. But finishing your first game, it's going to be hard. That's why I made Smartini. It's a step-by-step failure-proof method to actually finish and release your first game, where you aren't just following along like my game and I've like recorded a screen recording where I'm like making the game. No, Smartini is going to be the step-by-step blueprint for you to finish and release your first game. I'm going to talk about like specifically how you are going to learn to release your first game. And I'm going to walk you through the entire process from installing the game engine all the way until marketing and releasing your first game. Not even to mention all the other bonuses that you get inside as well, which is going to help you a ton. So if that sounded interesting, click the first link in the description. But either way, I just want to say thank you for having the attention span for watching this entire video, and I hope this helped you a ton. So thank you for watching.